Since it's my first time here in this part of Dallas, there's a new community starting here, isn't? I heard about it. So, uh, and of course, you don't know me, so I will try to explain how I came to Krishna consciousness. As you heard, I was born in Syria, Aleppo, Syria. That's the Middle East. But you know, in Arabic, the name is not Syria, it's Surya. Surya is the Devata, some sun god. So before Christianity, before Islam, they worship Surya. All those countries, majority of them. Uh, Even in Mexico also, there were Surya worshippers. Even they say that in Mexico, they said that the sun god gave them corn to grow. They say like that. So, and I tell the Mexican people, that's very nice because Surya Dev is a disciple of Krishna. He heard Bhagavad Gita from Krishna. So you follow Surya Dev by reading Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. So before I was born, my parents were both Christians. They passed away already, but they were from Christian background. There's a minority in those countries, small minority, 5%, something like that. And before I was born, they lost twins, one more boy, one more girl, four in total. They lost in sickness, diseases, after like 1, 2 years being born. Winter there is very severe in those countries. People think the desert, everything is hot. No, there is very winter, heavy winter also. Anyway, so they went to church, they prayed to God, and they promised God if the next child will survive that, they will dress him as a monk for 3 years, Christian monk, and they will engage him in God's service. That is the promise. So I was altar boy helping priest doing ceremony from childhood. And when I was 14, my parents were gonna send me to monastery, become a monk, to study, become a monk, Christian monk, in Lebanon. That's another nearby country. But that year they decided to move to Venezuela, 1965. 1965. Before we went to Venezuela, we did pilgrimage in Jerusalem. We visited all the holy places related to Lord Jesus. We took bath in the Jordan. It's a river that Jesus took bath there. All the miracles, all the places like that. Very pious, people like that. So I remember when I was a teenager, I asked a priest, Christian priest, can you please tell me, because the Bible says we are made in the image of God. That means God must have a form, similar to human form, because we are made in His image. So can you please tell me how God looks like? He said, oh, that's a mystery. Nobody have seen God. I was not satisfied with the answer. Then I read in the Bible, Jesus said, there are more truth to be told, but you are not ready to understand. Seek the truth and it will make you free. Okay, he's giving permission. If you don't find it here, look somewhere else. So in Venezuela, we took a boat from Lebanon in 1965. One 30-day trip, and by boat. The same year that Prabhupada took boat from Calcutta to New York, same year. So in Venezuela, I was searching for answers, and I came to know about yoga. It was something new, yoga at that time, very new, actually. And start practicing yoga, became vegetarian, But there's still no answer about God's form. In yoga, they will say, no, God is energy, is everywhere. You are God, I am God, everything is one. Mayavadi, impersonalist. I believe that for some time. No? My mother sometime will tell me, if you misbehave, God will chastise you. I told her, how can God chastise me if I am God? I believe that only for a short time. One day I had a toothache, I have to run to the dentist. I start doubting, maybe I'm not God. Otherwise, why I'm suffering? What kind of God is that, Anyway, because God, He's not under the law of nature. We are under the law of nature. We have to become old, become sick, and die. God doesn't have to do that. So He created the whole universe, you know. And in South India, uh, some yogi make appear some gold, some ash. Oh, his avatar. Uh, can you create, a planet? Not a planet. A watermelon right now here appear watermelon. They only appear small things. A small piece of gold. Why not the big gold? Anyway, uh, so uh, then I asked the teacher, Guru, the yoga teacher, I'm interested to know more about God. How he, how is he? He said, oh, you have to look for Bhakti Yoga. He said, where I can find teacher of Bhakti Yoga? I said, oh, I don't know. You have to search yourself. So by Krishna's mercy, I pray to God, please guide me. I need a guru. Uh, um, I lamented why I was not born at the time of Jesus. I would be one of the disciples, to learn from him about God. But then, by the Lord's mercy, one of my friends, we practice yoga together, he gave me a small book about teaching Bhagavad Gita, a small book. Not the whole Bhagavad Gita, but condensed something small. And immediately became interested. So, oh, you have no more of this? He said, no, it's the only book I have. From where you got this book? Oh, Hare Krishna people gave me the book. Where can I find these people? Oh, they in the capital. We were in another town. Sunny day, one day I went to capital, Caracas, with a friend, visiting some other friends, and we met one devotee. He was doing book distribution, magazines, and he invited us to the temple. Please, we have Bhagavad Gita lectures. We have kirtan, dancing, music, and also vegetarian food prasad for free. No string attached. Just come to know what it's about. We said, we are interested. We want to go. So we went, and I entered the temple, and I asked the devotees, can you please tell me how God looks like for you? And they very confidently showed me beautiful big oil painting, Radha Krishna. Krishna playing the flute with a peacock feather, very handsome, very young, bluish color, yellow garments, with cow, with peacocks, river full of lotus flower. And I look at the painting in amazement. Why not? He looks very beautiful. He could be God. I have this idea in my mind that God must look beautiful, not like old men. Sometimes artists like, what is his name, the artist who painted God as an old man? Michelangelo, he painted God as an old man, creating man. Have you seen this painting? He looks old with wrinkles and white hair, white beard. And I thought, why they paint God like old man? Well, maybe they thought that since God created the universe such a long time ago, he must be old by now. Or because he's the father of Jesus, he must look older than Jesus. But I mean to say, the Veda says different. The Veda said, Adyam Purana Purusham Navajovanam Cha. Although he's the oldest person, he always young and beautiful. Because he doesn't have a body made of flesh and bones like our body. His body is spiritual. But there is body. Uh, Some people think body must be material. No, there is also spiritual body. We don't have experience of spiritual body. But we hear there is such thing as a spiritual body. We accept. Why not? Because how God can have something that His own creation have? He has it imperfect. So Krishna eternally is 16 years old. He never get older than that. 16. That is his age in Vrindavan. So I became immediately interested in this. So I started visiting the temple. Although I lived in another town 2 hours ago, I will go 3-4 times a week to do service at the temple and hear the philosophy. Start reading the books. I read Sri Sopanishad. Wonderful book. If you haven't read, I recommend. Read this book, Sri Sopanishad. And also the science of self-realization. Yeah. Have any of you read those books? Please do. You have read? Have it. Very important book. Just by reading this book, I decided to become devotee of Krishna. So then one day, the devotee gave me japa. I start to chant the mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare is the energy of the Lord, the spiritual energy of the Lord. And Krishna and Rama are names of God. Krishna means all attractive, and Rama means the fountainhead of all ananda, all bliss. Ramante yoginonante satyananda chidatmani. That the yogi derive their pleasure by their service, their contact with Rama. So, being all attractive, just by chanting his name, can attract us to him. He's absolute. He's not different from his name. In the material world, things are different from their name. For example, if I'm thirsty now, and I start repeating the word, water, 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 I become more thirsty. Because the word water and the liquid water are different. But in the absolute platform, God and God's name are non-different. So when I start chanting Hare Krishna, I start having very nice spiritual experiences. One day I chanted 6 hours non-stop. I could not stop. I was in full concentration. Could not stop. And after that experience, I had so much peace and happiness within me. I thought, this is what I was looking for. This is real. Krishna is real. Krishna is God. So I told my parents, tomorrow I'm going to become Hare Krishna monk. They didn't like it much. My mother was crying, no, don't leave home. You are my favorite son. It was so hard for me to have you, after losing so other children. And my father said, don't make your mother suffer. I will buy you a new car. Stay at home. Anyway, so I told them, you should be happy because I'm helping you to fulfill your promise to God. You told me you made promise to God to give me for a service. This is your opportunity. You should be happy. They said, well, we meant the Christian God, not the Hindu God. I said, we should have been more specific then. God is one. It's not Indian or Christian or Muslim or Jew. No, God is one. May have different names, different form, but it's the same God. It's like the sun from the east. There is no Indian sun or Russian sun or American sun or Mexican. No, sun is for everyone. May have different names. For example, Arabic, the sun is Shams, in French, Soleil, no? In Mexico, Sol, no? Like that. No? Different name, but the same. It's the same. God is one, but have different names, different culture. Different. But the interesting thing in the Vedas, there is more revelation about God's form. Not only God's form, God's activities also. Because I used to wonder, Bible said God created the world in 6 days and took rest the seventh. Say, I would like to know what he did in the 8th day, or what he did before creating the universe. Since he's eternal, he must be doing something. He has his own kingdom. So what about that? Nobody have answers. Only when my guru, Prabhupada, came to the West, he gave the answer to everyone. You know. So Bhakti Yoga is a scientific process. Scientific because it has three elements, three scientific elements. One element is theory. So we say theory is Bhagavad Gita. Application is Bhakti Yoga, how to put in practice the theory. And the result is the change of heart, change of consciousness, from materialistic to spiritual. The same way that a scientist may separate one cell from the other cells, put it under microscope and add some chemical, study, the outcome with the experiment. So there is theory, there is experiment, and there is result. Isn't it? So in the same way, Bhakti Yoga is also scientific, because the experiment is with oneself. Scientists like to experiment with other things, not with themselves. But Bhakti Yoga means experiment is with yourself. How you change your way of perceiving the world, how you change your consciousness about who you are. So we are all spirits, souls, eternal. Human life is not meant to live 50 or 100 years. Human life is meant to live forever in full happiness. Lord Jesus taught that. My kingdom is not from this world. What is the use for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So the same teaching. Sometimes people ask me about Jesus. I say, we love Jesus. He's the Son of God. And Krishna is God. So between Son and Father, no argument, no different opinion. Practically the same, in essence, same teaching. That this world is not for happiness, not real happiness here. Well, everything finish here, sooner or later. If a person put all his faith to be happy with material things, become frustrated, because everything's finished after some time. Recently, I read one very, very famous rich person. He will make the very, I would say, garment for Hollywood artists, very, very expensive, thing. So he was very famous amongst all the stars, and he was very rich. He had mansions in London, Paris, and different countries. And he got cancer, fourth-grade cancer. And he was in a wheelchair, and he had to be fed with a tube. So he started reflecting about his life. He said, I have very beautiful mansions in different parts of the world, but I'm in the small room. I have very fancy cars, very expensive car. Now I'm sitting in a wheelchair. I have the most sophisticated food, and I have to be fed with the tube here. So this life is an illusion, he said. The only reality is death, he said. And he soon died. I mean to say, so all this thing, wealth, fame, power, family, friend, all this is temporary. Like the poet Govinda Das, he said, uh, Idhanna Jovana Putra Parijana Iteke Ache Paratitire Kamala Dala Jalat Jivana Talamala Bachao Hari Pada Nitire. He said, what is this youthful life, money, family, friend, enjoyment? What is all this? It's like a drop of water in a lotus leaf. Any moment the sun rises, shoot, it's gone. Knowing that, one should worship Lord Hari. Hari is another name of Krishna, which means he takes away all our sorrows. All our sorrows. Mm. So I moved to the temple, and after a few weeks, my parents came to visit the temple with my two brothers, two sisters. They still live in Venezuela. I visited them last year. They came to temple. They chanted Hare Krishna. They took prasad. They hear the philosophy. They're pious people. No? So, uh, so when they came to the temple, I showed them the temple, beautiful temple in a hill. There's a garden full of roses and tulsi plants. Prabhupada was standing in this same garden, temple garden, looking at the city, big mountains surrounding, you know. And I gave them the food, the prasad. They like it also. So I asked them, how did you found the temple address? Because I forgot to give you the temple address. How did you find it? It's not in the yellow pages. At that time, there was no internet, anything. How did you? My younger sister said, I will tell you the truth. Not knowing how to find you, we went to see a, a tantric, a mentalist, psychic. And by showing your photo, he sent the ghost to the capital to search for you. And he found in the temple and he gave us the address. This is how we came here. I said, really? Really? Okay, far out, He did service, he brought you to the temple. That's good. So anyway, my mother became vegetarian. She also chanted Hare Krishna. Uh, so they loved Krishna. Uh, so this is the beauty of Krishna. He's all attractive. We just need to approach him. Uh, uh, he's like the magnet, and we are the small piece of iron. We just need to come closer so we will be attracted. And the way to become closer is Bhakti Yoga. Hearing, chanting, cleansing the heart. Then the attraction naturally comes. That's the process of Bhakti Yoga. So anyway, Prabhupada came to Venezuela, and I moved to the temple, and um, I came to know devotee 73, but I moved inside the temple as a monk in beginning 74. Prabhupada came February 75. So temple president recommend me for initiation with Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada gave me initiation, now my name is Bhakti Sundar Goswami, but he gave me brahmachari name. He said, Jagat Chakshur Das. Prabhupada explained the meaning to the people. Jagat means the universe. And Chakshur means the eye. And Das, you servant of the eye of the world. And he explained to the people more. And he told them, you must always remember that wherever you are, you should always remember that God's sight is on you. And then Prabhupada turned to me, and while looking at me, he pointed his finger and he said, you cannot hide from the eyes of God. Everybody was looking at me. Maybe he did something wrong. And I thought to myself, Prabhupada can read the mind, because few days before I entered the kitchen and I stole a Mahaburfi sweet and was hiding, nobody watching me. Prabhupada said, you cannot hide. So that was nice. Anyway, so we will go for a walk with Prabhupada every day in the park. Huh? Uh, and many interesting things happened. Prabhupada wanted to see the zoo. There was a zoo inside the, the, the park. We walked with him, and he stopped to see the crocodile swimming in the pond, you know. And one of the crocodile who was swimming took his head off and looked at Prabhupada and opened his jaw big like that. He had huge tooth like that. Prabhupada spoke to him. He told him, you have very good argument to catch, but no opportunity to catch. Prabhupada looked at us and said, he's inviting one of you come here. Who's gonna go? Anyway, one lady greeted Prabhupada, uh, Buenos dias. Prabhupada said, what that means? We said, means good morning. Oh. Next person greeted Prabhupada, he answered in Spanish, Buenos dias. He learned the Spanish like this. The word Buenos dias, which means good morning. Prabhupada was so uh, fully Krishna conscious, fully Krishna conscious. Everything reminded him of Krishna. Um, you will find all the anecdotes, all the stories, all the teachings. So I would like to hear from you. If you have any questions or comment or any doubt, please do speak, say something, so we can have a little conversation. All right. Yes.
You're talking about change of heart. So in
Yes.
that case, what's the timeline like? How long it took you? Was it like a spark, or it just took you some time? You went to the phases, or
It took me only a few months to decide to take it fully. I started chanting one, 2 rounds, and then start going up. In few weeks, I was chanting 16 rounds. And for a few weeks, I got taste for it. Uh, so it's a question of developing taste for it. Uh, why people smoke, although they know it's harmful to their health? Because they develop taste for it, isn't? Uh, so the idea is to develop taste, and how to develop taste. How somebody become a drunkard? By drinking every day becomes a drunkard. In the same way, we have to develop attraction for chanting. We have to chant every day. Then attraction will come. Taste, we develop taste for it. Uh, Now our mind is not attracted to spiritual life because mind is materialistic. So we have to clean the mind, purify the mind from dirty things. Uh, The mind has 6 enemies: lust, greed, anger, envy, fear, and illusion, ignorance. Suppose some people are making survey and come to your home, 6 people. Please allow us to do some survey. Yeah, come, sit down. They start asking question, you answer. But after they finish, they keep talking. You have things to do. You don't want to be unpolite, but you want them to leave. What do you have to do? When the time for lunch comes, you don't bring any food. They don't see food. We have to go now. No food. God. So we don't feed the bad thought, we feed the good thoughts. The Indian Sioux, the red Indian Sioux, they have a saying that every person has a good dog and a bad dog in their heart. The bad dog represents all the bad things, anger, envy, lust, all these things. And the good dog represents all the good things, goodness, compassion, kindness, all these good things. And these two dogs always fighting each other. If you want if we want that good dog win the fight, what we have to do? We have to feed the good dog and starve the bad dog. The good dog becomes stronger, can defeat the bad dog. In the same way, we have to reject the bad thoughts and only try to have good thoughts. You know? And the books give us so many food for thoughts, isn't? So much philosophy is there. You know, it's a question of understanding. When one understands something, one accepts. If you don't understand it, you don't accept. So it's important to read the books, hear the philosophy, ask questions. Then gradually one will start understanding the subject. And when there is understanding, you agree, yes, it makes sense. Makes sense. Then, then after acceptance, there is a conviction. And when there is conviction, you become uh, more focused, more focused. Then you learn more. It's all about understanding the philosophy. My guru said, religion without philosophy is sentimentalism, and philosophy without God is mental speculation. But if we have both, religion and philosophy, is a science, spiritual science. So Bhakti Yoga is a spiritual science. Hare Krishna. I hope that answered your question. Any other question? Our friend back there, are you American? Are you American? Huh? From Ukraine. And you too? I mean, American, she's from Ukraine. Ukraine. You was born in Ukraine. I was born in Syria. Now I have two nationality, Venezuelan and American also. Uh, uh, let me tell you one story happened in Ukraine before the war. One of our devotees member, he was doing book distribution. Have you read any of our books by chance? Okay, we hope you give you some books so you can read about it. It's the first time this kind of meeting you're coming? Or second time, good. So, um, so one of our devotee was going door to door offering the books about Bhagavad Gita, like that to different people, different books. And he knocked at one house, and one lady came out, and he offered the books. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in this book. Please come into my home, and I would like to buy all these books." He said, "Please wait here. I'll bring money." And he was looking at beautiful picture of Lord Jesus. She has a painting. And when she came with the money, she asked him, "Do you like this?" He said, "Yes, very much. We love Jesus. He's also our guru. He's teaching how to love God. So we also love him." She said, "Oh, that's very nice, because I'm going to confess something to you. 3 nights ago, I had a dream with Lord Jesus. And in the dream, he told me, I recommend you to become vegetarian. And in 3 days, a young man is going to knock on your door offering some books. Buy all of them. They are very good." So it happened. I mean, he said 3 days, 3 days appeared the young man. So it was not just a dream, it was real. So it's good to know that Jesus also liked Prabhupada's books, Bhakti Yoga. He taught the same, loving God above everything else. We also say the same thing, love God. Any religion will teach you how to love God. That's perfect. Perfect. All right. Any other comments, questions? Yes.
Even though we do chanting and deity worship,
Yeah.
we still continue to do some aparats.
Yes. Yes, it's a gradual process. It's a gradual process of purification. It's not going to happen overnight. We have to be patient. We have to be enthusiastic and endeavor every day, make effort to improve our meditation or chanting, you know. Gradually, gradually we start making progress. One have to be patient. It's not like we're accustomed to put some coin in the machine and some soda comes out. Once we want something fast, immediate. But no, spiritual life is a gradual, progressive process. Uh, So we have to be patient and don't lose enthusiasm because the goal is very beautiful, very high. Eternal happy life. Who doesn't want that? Uh, See? So at least try, avoid making, aparad, offense, at least consciously. Once I was in Spain some few years ago, and one new devotee approached me and said, I'm starting chanting 16 rounds every day. I said, oh, congratulations, very good. Keep doing like that. He said, but I'm doing many offenses. Should I stop chanting? I said, no, you should stop committing offenses. Chanting, you should not stop. Never stop chanting. So gradually, one make it, no, diminish the aparad and increase the bhakti. You read Prabhupada's books?
Listening the lectures, not.
The lecture, you're listening, that's good. Also listening to lecture. I also listen to Prabhupada lecture time to time. It's good. Our American friend there have any comment or question? Yes. Make it very fun. Make it very fun. Some like not something they have to do, but something they like to do. See? Make it attractive, Prabhupada said. Let them play as kids, let them play. Let them, have fun. But also make them, this is also fun, spiritual fun. It's not something, I mean, Krishna is nice, you chanting. You see, the kid like to chant. They like to learn songs and slokas. That's natural. So encourage them in that they learn how to sing, how to play instruments. Uh, the children, they learn very fast. A little girl was playing harmonium nicely. Very nice. So, like that. Show them is a natural. Loving God is something natural, nothing artificial. And the way we show you, they must see how you're offering your vegetarian food to God, to Krishna, every day. Let them do it along with you so they can learn also that uh, God, God can also eat like that. Yes.
So in the spiritual journey,
Yeah.
at one time you are like in the peak, the other time you fluctuate in
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
focus.
Yes.
How to keep steady? So that is not
That's
bad.
normal at the beginning. That's very normal. Ups and downs is normal. It's called anishtita bhakti, unstable devotional service. But gradually become more stable. That's called nishtita bhakti. So keep trying your best. When the ups you will get happy. When downs you get not so happy. But don't give up chant. Tolerate. the downs, but keep chanting. It will go. Nothing remain. Always the same. So you have to be patient and keep trying. Keep trying and pray for the Lord's mercy. You know. Yeah, patience is the key. The key. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for your comment, questions. See. Good. Yes, a challenge. Spiritual life is a challenge, because you may have family, you have job, you have kids, and at the same time you want to practice spiritual life is a challenge. So you have to have a lot of patience with yourself, and with the kids also. Yeah. Don't lose your temper. Be patient and loving. They will they will appreciate if you nice to them. Huh? You can show the stick, but don't beat. Okay. Alright. So yes, and if you engage them also, they will appreciate. Let's do this together. Here is paint some color picture for Krishna. You give some engagement. No? Uh, and also in temples, sometimes they do plays, theater, and engage the children. They love this kind of thing. Easy for them. All right. Thank you so much for receiving us here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Prabhupada.
Yeah.
If I just request just to take this book and Maharaj has written for us. It's a very great opportunity to pick up these books and Maharaj himself. So if you are interested, please connect with
He's Arjun. You can do it through Zelle, through him. I only have 4 books with me. If more people books are needed, you can sign your name. He will, in 2-3 weeks, he will get the more books. If you're interested. Thank you. And we have other books also. Yeah. Yeah. No, sir. We are gonna gift you these 2 books. The books I spoke about. I hope you like them and read them. Okay, very nice. Okay, very good.
Yeah, please come. Yeah. Both of you, please come. Yes, Eric.
Eric, and your name is? Jonah. Jonah. Nice to meet you, Jonah.
Thank you for having us.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. Thank you for coming, being open-minded.
Your phone's not working.
Not working. It's okay.
Prefer this book.
Better this books. This is more for devotees.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Hare Krishna. All right, you can serve prasad for everyone. Yeah, please.
Nursing prayer, yeah. Kids come. Kids
You want to do the Nrsimha prayer? Do the Nrsimha prayer. Give the harmonium chicken. Come. Okay.
Kids come. Kids come.
Okay.
This.
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे
महाप्रसादे गोविन्दे
नमो ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे
नमो ब्राह्मणी वैष्णवे
सर्वपुण्यावतं राजं
स्वल्पपुण्यवतं राजं
विश्वासो नैव जायते
विश्वासो नैव जायते
शरीरविद्याजात्
शरीरविद्याजात्
ज्योतिन्द्रियता है काल
ज्योतिन्द्रियता है काल
जीवे फैले विषय सागरे
जीवे फैले विषय सागरे
तारमते जीवाति
तारमते जीवाति
लोभो मोह सुगर्मति
लोभो मोह सुगमति
ताके जेता कठिन संसारे
ताके દયામય
કરિવારે જેવા જાય
કરિવારે જેવા જાય
અનેક દેશી
સાધન નીલો ભાઈ સેવનામૃત પાપ રાધા કૃષ્ણ ગુણગાન પ્રેમે રાખો શ્રી ચૈતન્ય નિતાય જય નિમાય જય નિતાય જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ચૈતન્ય પ્રભુ નિત્યાનંદ શ્રી અદ્વૈત ગદાધર શ્રીવાસાદિ ગૌર ભક્ત વૃંદ હરે કૃષ્ણ 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 હરે 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 રામ 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 હરે હરે જય
Hare Krishna everyone. So I would request that each and every family came here, just take one copy of this book at least. Try to take. So who would like to take this book? Raise your hand please. 1, 2, 3. Only 4. Yeah. But they can also contact you.